Alright, hello people, I'm the dude and this is Champions Online, another MMO. I've been messing around with it a bit. I've been playing it for about, I want to say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. And I've made quite a few characters and I figured I'd just show off the game a little bit, in case anyone was interested. So yeah, here's the first character I'm going to show off. His design is basically that of, in the game, he's a mix of power armor and force, which basically means he's like a Iron Man type guy mixed with someone who uses force fields, if that makes sense. I'll go ahead and show off his abilities on these mannequins over here, and then I'll fight some units. This guy right here is one of my strongest. He's very powerful. He kills things really easily. But anyways, this is Orbital Cannon, which is just amazing. I figured I'd start with it because it's my favorite ability in the entire game. Boom. Does a whole lot of damage, and if the enemy moves around, this big giant laser beam from the sky follows them around and keeps doing damage. Very cool. This right here is my laser sword. It's my close ranged attack that I chose. In this particular game, you can put any ability on any character you want. There's a lot of different sets of abilities. Guess I can go ahead and show that real quick. Powers, get out of the way. All powers. Okay, so each one of these is a set of abilities. This is electricity, force, ice, fire, wind. They all have different abilities for them. Like this one has all wind abilities, this one has all fire abilities. They all act and do damage and do status effects and stuff like that in slightly different ways. This is archery, this is guns, this is power armor, gadgeteering, two-handed sword, one-handed sword. It doesn't have to be a sword, it can be an axe or a mace or all kinds of stuff, laser weapons. Here's claws, martial arts, which is actually pretty cool. I don't really like the ego trees much. They're just strange and they don't really look that good. This is two-handed weapons. This is earth is you use the earth, you like break up the earth under your enemies and throw rocks at them and stuff like that. Might is just hitting really hard and kicking really hard and stuff like that, kind of like the Hulk, I guess. This one right here is a big mix of stuff in this particular section. Darkness is, I guess, evil type powers. It's one of my favorites. It's very cool. These four right here are all sorcery. Sorry, not that one. That one right there. They're all sorcery. They work off the same base powers, but they add in a lot of other stuff. Kind of hard to explain, but they kind of work together. Celestial is a support type. You can heal with your abilities, or you can do damage. You can choose, depending on who you target. And then there's these primal bestial abilities. They're basically based around poison and stuff like that. There's another one over here. These two. But yeah, there's a lot of different trees, and with any character that you make, you can grab abilities from any of these trees. You're not limited at all. If I want to make a two-handed user who uses darkness abilities and, I don't know, some fire nukes and, you know, whatever I want. If I want him to shoot missiles, I mean, I can put it all on one character however I feel like. This game does not limit you that way, which is really cool. There's also a ton of travel powers. This is how you get around the maps in the game. Flight lets you fly just like you'd think it would. Super jump, you bound through the air. You jump extremely high into the air and then fall down and then jump again, kind of like the Hulk, the way he moves around. Acrobatics is in between speed and jumping. Super speed is like Flash, you run really fast. Teleport, you disappear from view and then reappear somewhere else. Ice slide, you have this ice board thing, kind of like a mix between Iceman and Silver Surfer, and you fly around on it. Tunneling, you dig through the ground, and that's how you move around. Swinging is like Spider-Man. Jet boots is just another type of flying. You have rockets in your boots, and that's what allows you to fly. Rocket jumps just like super jump, except again you have rockets in your boot, and that's how you super jump. Hover disc, it works a lot like ice slide. It's just this kind of weird disc technological thing that you fly around on. Earth flight's the same thing. It's just a rock instead of a ice slide or a disc. Fire flight is the same as flight, except you have fire around your character while you're flying, basically. It's just this animation. Jetpack, you have a jetpack on your back, that's how you fly. Light speed is really cool. If you've ever seen Tron, you know the light cycles have this kind of clear wall behind them when they drive around. Basically, when you run around, you get that same wall behind you when you have light speed. Rainbow flight, you have a rainbow behind you. Phoenix wings, you have giant fiery bird wings. Rainbow flight cloud, it's like ice sliding except you're riding a cloud. Tornado flight, you have this really cool tornado covering the bottom half of your body, and that's how you fly. Magic carpet's a magic carpet, you fly around on it. Power flight, it has a different graphic when you're flying. Heroic flight, as far as I can tell, that one just changes your pose. You look like Superman, you stick your arm out, it looks ridiculous, but whatever. Scarab tunneling, you dig into the ground kind of like tunneling, but you're a bug when you do it. Or something like that. Blazing speed, when you run really fast, you leave a trail of fire on the ground behind you. Really cool looking. I'm not sure what these two do, honestly, so I'm not going to comment on them. Snowball roll, you turn into a ball, you roll up into a ball. Snow appears around you and you roll along the ground. These distortion ones, I've never seen them before. I think they're new, but even if there aren't, I've never seen them. Retractable wings. Wings kind of pop out of your suit, and that's how you fly. Hyperball, it's a lot like Snowball, except you're not a snowball, you just roll on the ground. Electric flight, it's the same as flight, except you've got electricity zapping around you when you fly around. Mystic flight, same thing, except you have mystic symbols around you. Scarab tunneling, you turn into a bug and you tunnel into the ground. Scarab flight, you have scarabs floating around you when you fly. Bat flight, you turn into a swarm of bats, and that's what flies around. Very cool. These three right here, you turn into a puddle on the ground, and that's how you move around. You kind of ooze along the ground. Chain swing, vine swing, and energy swing, they're just different versions of swinging. Think Spider-Man, except this one is a chain, that one's a vine, and this one's kind of a particle effect. Storm Rider, I'm not sure how that's different from electric flight. As far as I know, they're the same thing. RAD Sphere, again, it's just the same as, where'd it go? Hyperball, you just roll along the ground, ball up into a ball and roll around. This is another type of flight. You have these weird symbols that follow you around when you fly. It's hard to describe, but there's a ton of different travel powers, and there's a ton of different abilities that you can use in the game to buff people and heal people and nuke people and do close range damage and long range damage and passive abilities and all kinds of stuff. But the cool part is you can mix and match this stuff however you want. That's what makes the game so fun, basically. There's not many games where you can just grab a little bit of whatever you want and put it on your character. It's the same way for the outfits. I'm not going to go into it, but there's about 1 billion different components. It's ridiculous. Any game you've ever played never comes close, even slightly close to the amount of components in this game. I mean, the number of shoulder pads and helmets and armbands and capes and, you know, everything you can think of this game has, literally, as far as customization. Really cool. This guy right here is my robot. I'm a big fan of the grayscale, white, gray, black, stuff like that. And this guy's completely in gray and white right now. And he is a power armor, half robot, half human guy who... he kind of flies around like Iron Man, like this. And he has rockets and Gatling guns, all kinds of cool stuff. But anyways, back to what I was doing. This is a laser sword. I think I already showed that off. This is his shield right here. It's the force shield. His energy builder are these wrist launching things. In this game you have energy instead of mana. You use energy to use your abilities. Everyone has an energy building move, and mine is this one right here, the wrist bolter. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it builds up your energy so you can do other stuff, basically. Let's see, these are my Gatling guns. As you can see, it just pops out and shoots dudes. Pretty cool. Until I run out of energy. Go ahead and get some more energy back. These are my micro rockets, I think is what they call. They shoot out of my suit and just blast the crap out of dudes. And it keeps going until I run out of energy or I turn it off. Orbital cannon I already showed. Field surge right here is it works in tandem with my passive, my slotted passive, which is force field. Whenever I take damage, I get a bubble around me that absorbs damage until it runs out. This right here lets me renew that bubble once every minute or so. It just gives me a second force field, basically. But yeah, let's get into some real fights. No more dummies. This guy right here is, he's really powerful. He's really strong. I'm not exactly sure why he's so strong, but he gets the job done. And then some. We're going to go ahead and do... We're doing hard mode, and we're going to do team size 4, which means it's meant for a team size of 4 players. I'm only 1 player. We'll see how it goes. Oh, great, it glitched out. Sometimes it'll glitch out, and they'll just come charging at you. You just have to reset it and try again. Hard, team size 4. Hopefully they stay over there this time. There we go. I'm going to wait for my force field to fill back up. At the top left up there below my name, you see a blue bar above the yellow bar. That's my force field. Whenever it runs out, I take health, damage and health instead of the force field. We're going to start out with my favorite move in the entire game, because it's awesome. Press a couple of buttons on our wrist, and kabooms! Yes! I love that attack. We're going to try and group them up a bit more, and then we're going to use our combination Gatling gun and rockets. If you can see, they're both going off at the same time right now, blowing up, guys. There we go. And there's my force field. Just popped up around me. We're going to let them attack us a bit. Wait for him to use his super move. He whiffed it completely, and then we're going to blow this guy up. There we go. That's 1 down. We'll go and kill this guy with the lightsaber. And there we go. Hard mode, team size 4. I was never in any danger at all. In fact, I could probably take team size 5, for that matter. Although that might be pushing it. I don't know. Let's see. Let's investigate. See what happens. This is the hardest, the danger room. That's where this is. This place is. Actually, I think it's called, yeah, it's called the battle station. It's basically a danger room, like in X-Men. They go in there and they fight drones and stuff like that. That's what this is. We're going to do hard mode, and we're going to do the max amount. We're going to do team size 5, and see if we die horribly. Oh, crap. They glitched out again. Come on. Stop being a pain. Hard mode, team size 5. Stay the hell over there, please. There we go. Okay. We're going to do pretty much the same thing, but this is literally the hardest this place gets. We'll see what happens. We're going to start out with our orbital blast of awesome. We want to get up here before it hits because we don't want them to move away from it. There we go. Look at that damage. That damage. Alright, our energy's full. We're going to go ahead and zap the crap out of them. I've got rockets and Gatling guns and pretty much everything for you. And you're going to like it. We're going to go ahead and use our field surge to give us a full force shield again. Or force field, there we go. And then we're going to zap the crap out of these dudes. That's pretty much it. We're going to kill this guy with our lightsaber. Because why not? There we go. So yeah, that was the hardest it gets right there. That was hard mode team size 5. And I just destroyed them. There's more of them over here, but it'd just be the same thing. So there's not much to show off. Just me blowing them up. But yeah, I have to show this ability again because I like it so much. I've got what is called an advantage for this ability, where it actually follows people around. After it does that initial nuke, if the guy I targeted moves, if he chases me around, the beam will actually follow him and keep nuking the crap out of him. Very cool stuff. But anyways, that was Clutch, my power armor half robot guy. He is a mix of power armor and force. Those are the 2 trees he has abilities from. I guess I should show that off real quick. He's got force field from force. He's got the shield, the block, from force. He's got field surge from force, which gives him another force shield. He's got orbital cannon from gadgeteering, because I love orbital cannon and I had to have it. And then everything else is from power armor. His energy builder, his lightsaber, his Gatling gun, and his rockets are all from power armor. I guess I should show off his stats too, in case anyone cares. His super stats, his primary one is intelligence to reduce the energy cost. Lets him use his abilities more often. Dexterity gives him crit rate. And ego gives him more range damage. Pretty much everything he has is range damage except for his lightsaber. This and this and this and that, they're all range damage. So ego gives him more damage. What else? Is there anything else I want to show off? Oh, I can show off... No, there's not any point. I was going to say the items, but there's not any point. Just, he has items based on his super stats. Intelligence, dexterity, and ego. So, yeah. So that was my power armor guy. As you can see, he blasts the crap out of stuff. He is really, really strong. I'm going to go and show off some of my other characters. This guy right here is underwhelming overall because I mean, he's effective, but he's not really strong. He's not going to blow up stuff, you know, instantaneously like my last guy just did. But he is effective. He does get the job done. He was actually the first character I made. He is, his concept was just an archer. I wanted an archer. And he's kind of like a commando type guy. As you can see, he's got a quiver on his back. He's got some machine guns for the hell of it. He's got a beret. Very military looking. Here's his energy builder. He just shoots arrows at guys. The bow right there, the type of bow, you can change that if you want to. There's like 5 to 10 different ones. It's like that for all the different weapons, like the one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, dual weapons, the pistols, all that stuff. You can change it if you want to a different graphic. I just chose this one because I like it. So that's the energy builder. This is my single target attack. It just fires faster. It looks the same as the energy builder, but it does more damage and fires more quickly. This right here is my gas attack. You shoot it, it explodes, and then they take damage over time. They're poisoned. And then this right here is my main area attack. Right here. No, right here. There we go. He shoots up into the air, and then the arrows rain down on them. Pretty cool looking. Doesn't do a whole hell of a lot of damage, but it's effective. It gets the job done. And then my last attack I put on this particular guy is a stun. You can just tap it to fire it, or you can hold it down to have a longer stun, but basically it'll interrupt whatever they're doing. If they're trying to use one of their super attacks, you'll see this graphic above their head. It'll be this giant square or this blue circle. Whenever you see that, you want to interrupt them to stop them from doing their attack, and that's what this taser shot thing is for. This right here. It'll stun them out of their attack. This guy has acrobatics. My last guy had rocket boots. Acrobatics is basically a mix between a lot of speed, he runs pretty fast, and jumping height. He can jump fairly high. It's the two combined together, basically, if that makes sense. It's half and half. Plus, it has this really cool style to it. Like, if you move backwards, you do backflips. If you jump backwards, you do like this ninja backflip cartwheel thing. When you jump, you got like this action posed in the air. It's kind of cool looking. But anyways, let's fight some dudes. It'll probably glitch out again, but whatever. Hard opponents, we're going to do size 3. Actually, let's do size 4. I should be able to handle 4 with this guy. Maybe. If I die, oh well. So be it. They didn't... Nope, yeah, they did. I was going to say they didn't run after me this time, but nope, they did. Hard 4. Are we going to stay over there? Yes, we are. Okay, good. For this particular build, this archer guy, I pretty much just start with a gas arrow and then spam storm of arrows. That's really it. There's not much else to him. So we're going to do gas arrow, poison them all, or at least some of them. Get our energy up, and then we're going to spam our storm of arrows. I'm going to block his super attack and that guy's super attack. They just both did one in a row. And then I'm going to shoot him with some more arrows. Pretty easy. Yeah, he handled this fairly well. Not as good as the last guy. Handled 5. And this is only 4. But still, he did pretty good. Eat arrow, my friend. My good friend. But anyways, there's my archer. Like I said, he's okay. He's not amazing. If I got him more levels, the concept behind him was to mix archery with munitions. And munitions is like pistols and assault rifles and rocket launchers, stuff like that. If I get him a few more levels, I'd probably get, not that, all powers, munitions. I'd probably get a rocket launcher, and I'd start out with that. I'd shoot the rocket, it'd do area damage, then I'd use my gas arrow, and then I'd spam the arrow storm thing. And after that, I'd probably get some like frag grenade, or maybe the mines. Just something to add flavor to him, basically. But this is his core build. This is what he would be using most of the time to do damage. And his primary stats are dexterity for crit, constitution, because constitution just seems to work really well with regeneration, which is his slotted passive. Every 3 seconds he gets health. Kind of like Wolverine, he regenerates. And his other is intelligence, because I like reduced energy cost on characters where I spam abilities, and I spam abilities like crazy on this guy. So all of his abilities cost less just because he has intelligence super statted. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. He's okay, I guess. His concept is cool, but he's just not as fun to play. So, yeah. Let's see. This right here, this is my newest character. I wanted to make a wizard type, but it's really hard because this game, it has a lot of options for pretty much everything except robes, ironically enough. It's really hard to make robes in this game. It's really hard to make a wizard, conjurer, summoner type guy. The game does not make it easy on you. There's like 5 billion different types of armor. Everything you can think of, like Spartan armor, Greek armor, Celtic armor, mech armor, futuristic commando armor, everything you can think of, except for robes. It's really hard to make robes. I don't know why. But this is what I ended up with. I do really like his cape, though. I think his cape looks badass. Just the design. But anyways, this guy, the concept behind him was to make a pet class. A summoner, a magician, a necromancer, whatever you want to call it. A character that was focused on having pets. And there are a lot of pets in this game. There's like 20 of them or something like that, 20 different ones. Some of them summon multiple pets. I'd say like 4 or 5 of them summon 2 or 3 different pets with one spell. There's just tons of these pet spells. The problem is none of them are really that strong. So the concept was really cool. I mean, I love pet classes and I wanted to make one, but it's really hard in this game because the pets just don't do much damage. I'm not saying it's not viable. It can work. You're just going to be killing really, really slowly. Really, really, really slowly. So I ended up altering it to where I took one of the pets off of him and I gave him an attack spell. What that ended up doing was, now this one attack spell, the only attack spell this guy has, ends up doing probably 90% of the damage. The pets do like 10%. So basically there's just no point in them even being there. Which is sad. So basically you have to choose between being an all-pet class and killing really, really slowly, or having some kind of attack skill and it just dominating everything, and your pets being useless. That's just the way this game is, sadly. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show it off anyways. We're going to make our pets. This is my Arctic pet. He likes to do cold damage, which slows enemies. And he probably does some other stuff. I don't remember what it is. This golem right here, he does a lot of area damage, and he tanks fairly well. He's kind of bulky. This golem right here, or rock guy, or whatever the hell he's called, familiar, is this giant 4-armed rock guy. He does a lot of damage. As far as I can tell, that's pretty much his thing. And then this angel chick right here heals people. And sometimes she nukes, sometimes she does melee attacks. Mostly she just heals. She's a healer. So these are the 4 I have right now. If I got to max level in this game, I could probably have something. And if I didn't have an attack spell, I think the most I could have is like 13 different pet spells. Just wrap your mind around that. Just imagine. This is 4 right here. So times this by 4. 4 times the amount of pets I have right now. That's how many you could have following you around. Very cool. Just the idea of it. But you can also change how they look. If you don't want this guy to be a blue and, I guess it's blue and black, kind of golem guy, you could change him to something else. I'll go ahead and show it off real quick. I'm not going to show all of them, but I'll show him real quick. Here's the options. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different options. The Iron Golem, if I remember right, is pretty cool. I think it's the Iron Golem. I can't remember for sure. We'll go ahead and try it and see. Get out of the way. Yeah, there we go. That one's pretty cool looking. Basically, for the most part, they all look different, but at the very least, they all have different color schemes. But, yeah, you can change them to shape them however you want. There's robotic ones. There's more, this one's more medieval looking. You get the idea. I'm going to put him back the way it was, because I like that other one the best. This one right here is actually pretty cool looking, too, if I remember right. I'll go ahead and show it off for the hell of it. Yeah, there we go. He's got this really weird particle effect around him. He's this little robot guy. And look, it's like he's constantly got this force shield around him or something. Pretty cool. The ice one can be this like hellhound looking thing. It can be a wolf, a bear, random stuff like that. This one right here doesn't have very many options. He can just kind of be small, medium, or large, and that's pretty much it. He always looks like he looks right now. And then the angel can be a guy or a girl, and there's like 2 or 3 different options for male or female. Some of them have armor, basically, and stuff like that. For the most part, that's all the different versions of the ones that I have, the 4 pets that I have. Why do I keep going to that? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's put this guy back the way he's supposed to be, which is Iron Construct, I believe. Give me my golem back, please. Yes, that is him, right there. Okay, so these are my 4. Go ahead and go into his stats real quick, just to get it over with. His super stats are Dexterity for critical chance, because crits are amazing in this game. They're probably the best way to increase your damage, honestly. Intelligence is his primary stat, because, like I've said several times now, I like the reduced energy cost. It helps a lot. It allows you to spam abilities much more frequently. And then he's got Ego for range damage, because he does have a ranged attack, even if it is just 1. I'll go ahead and show off his 1 ranged attack against these guys. Why not? Here it is right here. It's like this wave of darkness that radiates out. And then there's all my pets doing damage. They all have their own moves. She's using some kind of laser sword. He'll do this ice breath every once in a while. He has an area blast attack, and he has eye lasers and stuff like that. They all have about, I'd say, 4 or 5 different moves that they can do, depending on how much the energy they have. This is this guy's travel power. It's called Teleport. You disappear from view, and then you reappear somewhere else. It's pretty cool. It allows you to fly, too. You can move vertically with it like this. Pretty cool power. This guy was a wizard, so I just figured it fit. I mean, teleporting, wizards, why not? Let's see, we're going to do hard, and we're going to do a team size of 3, because this guy really isn't that strong. Like I said, the pets really don't do much. Oh great, they're chasing us down. Whatever, we'll go. There's one of the ice guy's attacks. He charges them. And then there's the pets attacking. Doing their thing. I'm going to go and blast them with my death wave thing, whatever that was called. Just got knocked down. And they're dead. So, yeah, not too big a deal. I took a good chunk of damage just because this guy has no slotted passive. He has a slotted offensive ability. So when he gets hit, it hurts. It really hurts. He also doesn't have Constitution either. As one of his primary stats, so he's very, very glass. He has to rely on the pets to do everything, basically. Let's go ahead and try 4. Why not? Hard. Team size 4. Are they going to charge us again? No, they're not. Oh, yes, they are. Okay. Let's get over here. Try and get in the middle of them. Let our pets get some aggro. And then we'll blast these dudes with our death wave. The reason I got this attack is because there's an energy unlock, I think is what it's called, that goes with it. And basically, if you have intelligence as a super stat and you have the energy unlock, you can pretty much spam the hell out of this ability and never run out of energy. It doesn't do a whole hell of a lot of damage, but it hits a really wide area, and you can just spam the hell out of it, because it has no cooldown and because of that energy unlock ability. So that's why I got it for this guy. It's his only attack, so I wanted something I could spam. So yeah, I just kicked the crap out of 4. I don't know why it's going so well. Usually it does not go this well. Let's try 5. We'll go until we get owned. Let's see, are all my pets still alive? Yes, they are. Okay, good. We're going to warp up here in the middle of them again, because we want to be in the middle for our nuke. Let the pets get some aggro. My angel's whacking that guy in the face. Let's see. There's my frost breath on my ice guy, my ice lizard. God, I'm taking so much damage. I can't even use my spell. If I do, I'll just die. If I let go of the block button, I'm just dead. This is ridiculous. I didn't even attack you guys. Attack the pets. Wow, I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm dead. So yeah, you see the limitations of this build, basically. I don't know why the pets didn't keep aggro there. Usually they do. I think it was just there was too many enemies. They couldn't attack all of them, was what happened. So, yeah. Interesting idea, but like I said, this particular concept, this particular idea of building lots of pets just doesn't work very well in this game. They don't kill fast enough. They kill really, really slowly. But it does work. It does function. Was there anything else? Let's see. Went into the stats. No, I think that's it for this guy. I still like him. He's kind of fun to play. He's just not very efficient. And if I ever leveled him up really high, it would be awesome to have an entire army like 12 pets or something like that. 12 pets and 1 attacking ability. Imagine 12 pets. And some of the pets, when you summon them, they turn into 2 or 3. Like if you summon the primal one or whatever, it gives you 2 different wolves. And if you summon the robot, the little healing drone things, you get 2 of them. The little Gatling gun robots, you get 2 of them. So it'd just be hilarious how many pets I had if I got that high level, which would take forever. This is my Darkness guy. He is quickly becoming my favorite character because Darkness is ridiculously strong. It is amazingly good in this game. And it looks really cool too. If I got him one more ability point, or whatever the hell it's called, if I could get him one more ability, I'd have a spammable ranged attack. Right now I don't. Oh, never mind, I switched it. Okay, so I have the ranged attack. I don't have my my area fear anymore. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called. Hold up. It's like something embrace or something like that. All powers, dark. Okay, good. Where the hell is it? There we go. Grasping Shadows is what I was thinking of. Never mind, I do have it. Okay. Okay, just disregard the last, like, 30 seconds of what I said. So I have the crowd control. I don't have the other area attack, which is right here. Shadow Embrace. This is what I want next. If I had that, I could CC them, pop my Rift on them, which is this persistent area damage nuke thing, and then after that I could spam Shadow Embrace, which is these black tendril-looking things that shoot out in a cone and damage people. I would have ridiculous area damage, basically. I already have pretty good area damage, it's just not ludicrous. It's not amazing. Anyways, here's his flight form. This is Fireflight. I turned it to purple. It starts out red because it's Fireflight, but you can do whatever you want with it. I've got it purple because purple is the color of darkness in this game. My offensive passive shadow form is purple. You could change this too if you wanted to. Basically, this adds to my damage and gives me some energy back when I nuke guys. That's pretty much it. But anyways, here's his abilities. This is my favorite of the bunch. It's called Rift. Something Rift. You create it and it creates this void, and the void sucks in enemies and constantly damages them. And I don't have to cast it. See, it persists a certain amount of time after. The longer you charge it up at the start, the longer it lasts. Very cool ability. His other really good ability is Life Drain. He basically shoots them for single target damage and steals their health at the same time, which is really cool. Plus it has a really badass graphic to it. Shadow form is now up. That's what this purple stuff is around me. It has its own little graphic. Fire form, electric form, ice form, all that stuff, they all have their own graphic attached to them. Here's Grasping Shadows. This is my CC. You charge it up and then it grabs them and it won't let them move. See, they're stuck to the ground now. It also does damage over time. Not a lot of damage, but some. And then my last ability is Summoning Shadows. I summon these guys first because they like to grab aggro, basically. You summon these guys, they jump and attack people, jump on their face, and those guys attack them and not me. Basically, they're cannon fodder. Let's put it that way. I've also got Force Shield for my shield because, I think I said this earlier, but anyone that needs energy in this game, get Force Shield. Don't get any of the other shields because this one doubles your energy generation. It's amazing. It's really, really good. So let's see. Let's get in a fight. No, not easy. Hard. We'll do... Screw it. We'll go and start with team size 5. Why not? See what happens. Ugh. They apparently decided to glitch again. Let's try it again. Okay, good. They're not running at me. I'm going to turn off my travel power because it drains energy. Or it doesn't drain energy. It increases the cost of your abilities when you have it on. I think it calls it something like power cost discount or whatever the hell that means. It is reduced by 15%. Whatever. Anyways, I know it reduces your energy generation or it makes your abilities cost more, something like that. I'm going to do my summons first because they're going to be irritating as usual. Then I'm going to run up here and get them in a nice little bunch. There we go. Bust out my Rift. I'm going to try to do a fully charged one because it lasts a really long time if you do. There we go. And then I'm going to block, let the Rift do its thing. and I'll drain these dudes to death. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that was team size 5 with my dart guy. No problem. Basically, the summons take damage at the start. They let me get my rift going. The rift does tons of damage, ridiculous amounts of damage, and my life drain keeps me alive. So yeah, really, really good build. This one, my power armor force build and my electric build are the 3 best. Basically, they're the strongest, and they're my favorites too, which should be pretty obvious. We're gonna do summons again. Let them pop out of the ground. There we go. Grab the aggro on these guys. I'm going to do a little different this time. I'm going to show off my CC. But I want them all to get together first. Here we go. This right here is my grasping whatever the hell. Locks them to the ground. Start up the rift. Wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. That's okay. There's some health on the ground here. I'll just grab that real quick. So yeah, basically they were locked to the ground and they couldn't get out of the rift, even if they wanted to. I don't use the rift a lot. Usually I only use it on melee heavy groups. These aren't melee heavy, they're all ranged, so there was no point. I just wanted to show it off. But whenever the group is full melee, it'll lock them all to the ground and you can just kill them without even taking damage. Some melee guys in this game, they'll have a really weak ranged attack, but it doesn't matter. You can pretty much ignore that. There's some melee guys right there. Yeah, see, that one right there, that one right there, that one, that one, that one. They're all melee. But anyways, that was my darkness guy. Very cool. I'll go ahead and show off his super stats. Much like everyone else, I have primary super stat as intelligence because for the 50th time it reduces energy costs. I've got range damage and I've got dexterity for crit. Pretty much everyone that does range damage that I build, I super stat intelligence for my primary one and then ego and dexterity for my other two because that combination just works really well. I think that's it. I already showed off his flying. His passive slotted ability. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Very, very strong character. He just beat the hardest, whatever you call it, hardest set of enemies in the danger room right there. With relative ease. It was pretty easy. Let's see. The next one is... Yes, this is my melee guy. I only have one melee. Everyone else is ranged. It's not really because melee is bad, it's just that melee... The area attacks for melee tend to hit a really small area. That's just the way they did in this game. So it makes it really hard to hit a wide, spread out group of enemies at once. You have to take them all one at a time or in small groups, and I just don't like doing that. It slows you down quite a bit. But anyways, this guy was going to be a Lich. He actually started out as a darkness user, ranged darkness user, with kind of a robe and stuff like that. Whenever I made my new darkness character, I changed this guy into kind of a skeleton knight, death knight type guy. He's a skeleton. You can't see it right here, but he is. He's got a skeleton face, as you can see right there. And he's got this green-black armor on, with a cape and horns and stuff. Pretty evil looking. His set is... It's a real mishmash. I've got the energy builder and a couple of attacks from two-handed weapon style. I've got health steal. It does the same thing as life drain, which you just saw in my darkness guy, but this is the melee version of it. It scales off of strength, and it's really short range. You have to be standing on them to do it. But basically, it's a single target health steal attack. I've got bionic shielding, because basically whenever I get in a fight, if I'm taking a lot of damage, I can turn this on, and every time they hit me, I get some healing out of it. So basically, them hitting me heals me at the same time. Pretty cool active defense. And I've also got zombies, because I'm a death knight. Why not? Why not summon zombies? That one right there, and actually these two right here really don't serve that much purpose. They're just there for the hell of it. This is my area attack. This is my single target attack. I've got retaliation as my block, or sorry, guard as my block. If I remember right, movement speed. If I remember right, the big deal with block is that it blocks more damage than any of the other blocking moves. Or guard, sorry. It blocks better than the other ones do. They all do something. Like, the darkness one may fear the enemy, which reduces their damage. The fire one may set them on fire and do some damage over time. The force shield one, the one that I use for most of my characters, like I said, it gives you double energy generation, which is amazing. They all have their own little ability. This one right here just blocks a ton of damage. But anyways, oops. Oh yeah, and that's super jump. Super jump and rocket jump, they basically do the same thing. They make you jump really high. That's the way you get around the maps in the game. You just bound around kind of like the Hulk. Those are my two favorite travel powers if I had to pick a favorite, because it's really fun jumping through the air. I don't know, it's just really cool. Here's his energy builder. He beats the crap out of him with his two-handed mace. Like I said earlier, you can change the weapon if you want. It doesn't have to be a mace. They've got axes and swords and giant lightsaber-looking sword things and mech swords and everything you can think of. But I just chose the mace because I like it. It fits this design right here. This is his single target attack. He steals their health by sucking it out of them, which fits his design. I mean, he's a Death Knight. And then this is his area attack right here. This will illustrate why I don't like melee units. This area attack, if I want to hit all three of these guys, I literally have to be standing right in the middle of them like this, because the range on it is just crap. Like if I stand on this side of them, it'll probably only hit one. Yeah, see, it only hits that one guy. If I was using my electric guy or my darkness guy or my arrow guy or any of those, the range of the area attack would be larger. Sometimes it'll be twice as large. Just makes it easier to hit a lot of enemies. Whereas all the melee attacks, all the area melee attacks are like this one. They're really small range. But it does look really cool. Basically lightning hits his mace and he slams it into the ground. He's got a stun, much like my archer, because it lets you interrupt moves, basically. It's the only reason. His zombies jump out of the ground and attack dudes. Functionally, it's exactly the same as my darkness guy's shadow. What are they called? Shadow men or something like that? It does the same thing. It summons three guys that run around and grab aggro. Same purpose. So anyways, let's fight some dudes. Continue. Hard. We'll go ahead and do team size 5, although it's going to be tough. Not great. Glitched out again. Try again. No, not easy. Hard. Team size 5. There we go. They decided to stay in their place for once. I forgot to show off his passive. This guy was built as a tank. His super stats are melee based, but they're also his primary super stat is Constitution, which is health. So he has a ridiculously massive health pool, and his slotted passive gives him massive amounts of mitigation. It flat decreases all damage he takes, and it gives him damage resistance on top of that, so it's really hard to damage him. He just doesn't take much damage when he gets hit. So this guy was built as a melee tank type. His super stats do damage. He does have strength and dexterity, so he does do damage at the same time. He just doesn't do as much damage as someone who had like all offensive super stats and an offensive passive. But anyways, we're going to summon our zombies. They take some time to jump out of the ground, so we're going to wait for them. Come on. There we go. And then we're going to get into some trouble. Okay, let me get around these guys. We'll go and fight these guys over here. They're grouped better. Boom. There we go. Do a lot of damage. As you can see, I've got all these guys attacking me, and I'm barely taking any damage at all. Works really, really well. As far as tanking. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh yeah, my single target attack. Here's my lifesteal. It doubles as my single target damage when I just need to hit one guy. Because it does pretty good damage. It's based off strength for some reason. Don't ask me why, but it is. He's using a super attack right there. I just blocked it for the hell of it. It was a shotgun blast. Whack the crap out of your face. Steal some health. There we go. If I continue to level this guy, I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. I'll probably get Fissure next, which is this really cool earth attack. You slam the ground, the earth below you rips open, and fire kind of spews out in random places. And every enemy in the area, which it's a wide area, it's like 25 foot around, takes damage over time. Very cool attack. And this guy sorely needs more area damage. So that's probably what I'll get next, if I continue to level this guy. But anyways, that was hard mode team size 5. Kicked the crap out of them, was never in any danger at all, in any way. But yeah, super jump for the win. I love super jump. It's kind of hard to see well in here because I'm not really going anywhere. If I was out in the world, which the maps are huge in this game, they're really, really big. You really need the travel powers to get around them. If you try to just walk around them like this, it would take forever. You'd never get anywhere. But when you're bounding around the outdoor maps using super jump, it is just so cool to see the fucking scenery flying by below you. Very cool stuff. Anyways, that was Lord Heartless, that's his name. My Death Knight type guy. And then my last one is my electric guy. This one right here he isn't anything anymore. I created him as a kind of a ego darkness, not darkness, the one I just showed you. There's a sorcery darkness skill. He was a mix between sorcery darkness and ego skill together, and it just didn't work at all. Right now he's nothing. He has no abilities at all. I retconned him. But he does look cool. He's kind of this demon angel guy with a hood and a really evil look to him. But anyways, yeah, there's no point in showing him off because, like I said, he has no moves. This is the last one that I have. He is a combination of electricity and gadgeteering, and he happens to be my favorite. By a good margin. Him and the darkness guy are up there. Where my power armor guy is third, but I like the darkness one and this guy better. And I think I like this guy just slightly more than the dark guy. But yeah, he's really strong and he's really cool looking. His design is that of, his name is Nightspark. He's supposed to be a darker colored electric type guy. And I used blue because I like blue, I guess. And the sky's blue and, you know, whatever. But his design, it started out being different. You can change costumes, I forgot to mention that. You can set up a bunch of different costumes if you want to look different, and none of them have to look alike at all. You can be a midget in one of them, a little midget robot with bird wings or something, and the other one can be like this guy, or it can be a giant monster guy with, I don't know, that looks like Hulk or something. You can change the costumes however you want, and whenever you want to switch, you just click on them, like that. They can be drastically different, or they can be very similar. These are very similar. This is when he was a fire guy. He used to be a fire guy. I changed him to electricity because I just like it better. And then this one was my first incarnation of his electricity outfit because I thought yellow matched electricity better. But this one right here was his end. Come on, let me switch. There's a timer. I have to wait. There we go. This is his end result for his outfit. The color scheme. But anyways, he uses rocket jump, which is, it's an alternate version of super jump, which you just saw. You use rockets to jump instead of leg muscles, I guess. And when he lands, he does this really cool wing pose thing. I don't know why. He just does. I mean, I didn't tell it to do that. It just does that automatically. But anyways, like all of my other ranged guys, he has force shield because I've already said it a million times. It's really, really good. Gives you lots of energy. His energy builder, he just shoots lightning out of his hands, like that. His single target attack is his giant lightning bolt, which steadily ramps up in damage. Starts out doing medium damage, and then it does tons of damage by the end, whenever it finishes channeling. This is his area attack right here, Lightning Storm. Lightning just rains down around the enemy. You don't have to be standing on them. You can stand away, like that. It's targeted. It's not point blank around him. He can summon a whole bunch of different things, but not like my pet class guy. He summons a temporary lightning ball that just zaps things. And the reason this ball is good, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but the reason it's good is because it spreads negative ions around. And whenever I attack something with negative ions, my energy unlock gives me more energy, which is really good. Having more energy for free every time this thing spreads negative ions around is very handy. So he's not really there for the damage. These are my other two pets. These are little Gatling drones. They just shoot anything that I attack. And there's two of them, as you can see. And they're really cool looking. I made them graphite and dark blue because it matches my outfit. You can change them into different colors. They have different helmets and different guns and different shapes and stuff like that. Some of them have balls for legs, and there's white ones and all kinds of stuff. Some have laser guns. I just use this one because it fits my theme better. These little guys right here are healing drones. They follow you around and heal you, which are very, very handy. Again, I use the theme that fits my color scheme right there. They're kind of, I don't know, graphite, blue, dark blue type looking things. But anyways, that's all of the abilities for this guy, so let's get in a fight. And I will show off how badass he is. He is really, really strong. You should have no problem with team size 5. Unless something horribly wrong happens. Let's see, hard opponents, team size 5. There we go. Oh yeah, his passive, slotted passive is electric form. It just gives him a lot more electric damage. Anytime I use any of these 3 right here, they get a damage boost. And his super stats are just like all the other ones. Dexterity, intelligence, and ego. So yeah, let's kill these guys. I'm going to start out with my ball lightning, because like I said, it spreads around negative ions, which gets me more energy. And then I'm going to lightning storm them to death, pretty much. Land in the middle of them. Summon the ball lightning. There he is over there. And eat lightning storm, my friends. Wow, I'm taking way more damage than I should be. What the hell? Luckily there's power-ups lying around. I think I waited too long to attack. I let the pets die and I shouldn't have done that. That's why I took so much damage. Here's my single target attack. It'll zap the crap out of this guy. Yeah, he's dead. It took 2 hits. 2 ticks, basically. Let's try this again. That shouldn't have been that hard. That should not have been that hard. It's not usually that difficult. I think I just waited too long. Let's see. Jump over here. Summon the lightning ball. Get some energy. Give me some energy, please. There we go. And then just lightning storm the hell out of them. There we go. That's much better. Much better. That's the way it's supposed to work. I'm going to go ahead and switch to these guys and lightning them to death. No problem. This right here is a orange, which means he's a mini-boss of the bunch. Get some energy and then just zap him to death with my lightning arc. As you can see, it does a ton of damage. He's a mini-boss, so he has a lot of health. Keep that in mind. Anything else would have died in like 2 ticks of lightning arc. One of my pets made it through. Normally when you're fighting regular enemies, your pets will never die. It's just this is team size 5 hard mode. That's the only reason they're dying. But anyways, I think that's it for this guy. Uses force shield. Showed the super stats. Uses electric form. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. And I think for the last little bit of this video, I think I just screwed up my password. Did I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, go back. I'm terribly sorry. I will do it right this time. There we go. For the last little part, I think I'll just go through the creation of a character. Show off the different little bits and bobs that you can do. When you create one, you can choose the pre-mades, and it'll give you a little pre-made graphic. If you want to use that, I wouldn't. It doesn't make any sense. This game is all about the customization. But yeah, I pretty much ignore the pre-mades. I'm going to go with freeform, which lets me make my own. I actually never made a female character before, so I think I'll go through that for the hell of it. These are the energy builders. You can only have one. You use them to build up your energy to use your other abilities. They don't do much damage. That's not what they're there for. They're just there to build up energy. What kind of character do I want to make? It's a good question. I think we'll make... I think we'll make an ice guy. Maybe. I don't know. No, let's make a two-handed sword guy. Why not? And for our second ability, this doesn't really matter. It's going to let us change it in a minute, so I'm just going to skip it. We'll go ahead and get the two-handed weapon thing. Whatever. And let's see. We want, for this guy, we definitely want dexterity. We probably want dexterity and strength. Or dexterity and constitution, one of the two. I don't know all these by heart, so I'm going to have to go through them to actually look. Okay, there's dex strength. That'll work. Because this guy's a melee guy, and melee gets bonuses from strength, and crit is just awesome for everyone. Dexterity. So yeah, here's the character builder thing. I'll go through the sizes and all this crap first. You can make your guy really small if you want. You can make him a kid. You can change his proportions down to like that of a child, basically. Or you can be really, really tall. You can be 7 foot tall, which makes you a giant in game. Seeing as we're a woman, I think I'm gonna be, let's say 5'8". I think it's the average female height, or something like that. The muscle deal right here, this is how much tone you have. If you turn it up, you have a ton of muscle tone. If you turn it down, you have none. I'm going to keep it around about in the middle somewhere. We're not going to be crazy rip. Let's see. Body mass, this is how large you are. If I was a male right now, it would get pretty freakish, but apparently it doesn't let you do that with women. I don't know why. Huh. That's a good question. I have no idea why. I'm going to go ahead and go back and show that off. I should be able to go, or I should be able to go right back through all that stuff easily enough. And it should stay the same, I think. Oop, go back. Okay, so, body mass. Yeah, there we go. Basically, it turns you into the Blob, or, you know, some version of the Hulk, or the Thing, or something like that. Really, really big. You can be small, you can be big, either way you want. What's great about the customization is that you have extremes. A lot of games would only go from, like, let's say, I don't know, there to maybe there. You know, something like that. You have serious extremes and options in this game. Like, for length of your limbs and size of your hands and feet and, you know, body size and height and all that stuff. You can do pretty much whatever the hell you want. There's a really giant neck, kind of like the Blob again. We'll make this guy kind of a bodybuilder type dude. Let's see, shoulders, that's how wide your shoulders are. Or no, sorry, that's how big your shoulders are, your muscles. We're going to do something around there. This is how big your shoulders are, the width. We're going to put it right about there-ish. Actually, probably a little bit bigger than that. There we go. Arms, this is how big your arms are. Pretty obvious. We are going to be all about the arm strength, so we're going to be round about there. That's pretty big, but oh well. Arm length, we want it to be right about there. That's about normal for where your hands should be for your body. Right about where your crotch is, basically. Chest depth, that's how far out your chest pops out. Yeah, there we go. We're going to do something like that because we're strong. Biceps, how big your biceps are. They're pretty big as it is, but you can make them even bigger. That's pretty ridiculous. We're going to put it right about where it was. Right about there. Forearm size, if you want them to be huge. Hulk smash type thing, you can do that. We're going to keep them round about in the middle. Hand length, this is how big your hands are. There is a superhero, or at least a villain, that has giant hands, and he pounds people with them. You could do that if you wanted to. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do about normal. Well, not normal. We're normal for a superhero, I guess. Whatever you want to call it. Waist size is how big your waist is. You can be really thin or really large. We are a big guy, so we're going to be kind of above average. Something like that. Leg length, we need longer legs because we are big. Something like that right there. You can be really long if you want. Or really short. We're going to do something like that right there. Looks about right. Now that we've made his body huge, his head's kind of small. We'll have to fix that, but whatever. Legs, this is how big your legs are. Something like that. Looks about right. Feet's how big your feet are. We're going to need big feet because we're a big guy, so something around about there. And that looks decent, I guess. We'll fix his head real quick. Let's see. Show face sliders. We should be able to just increase his head size, I think. Yeah, there we go, like that. Although that's probably a bit too big. Wow, that's huge. Or at least that looks huge. I don't know if it is or not. That's probably pretty good, right there. You can change all this other stuff if you want to. I'm not going to really go into most of it. Why is his head so far out? I will change that, though. Let's see. Where is it? Depth, is that it? There we go. Yeah, his head sticks out really far. That's not even it. It's like his neck is sticking out really far. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, we're gonna leave it at that. You can mess with all these. You can change the jaw size, mouth size, depth, eyes, all this crap. These right here change your basic animation, the way your face looks and the way you walk and stand and stuff like that. This is the generic one. This is courageous. His face looks ridiculous when you do this. Determined, grim. It's kind of like not happy guy. Angry, and pleasant's kind of dopey looking the way they did it, but whatever. We're gonna do determined because we are determined. Average is just the generic Joe, how a regular person would stand. This also controls your walking animation. This one right here is heroic. You know, kind of got your fist clenched and you're ready for business. Huge is what the Hulk would look like, basically. Huge beast is just a slight variation. Your hands are open so you can see claws. If you use that type of if you use that tree of abilities, you can see the claws. And then beast, he hunches down to the ground, and when you run, you actually run on all fours along the ground. So you're basically an animal. We're gonna use heroic because we're not an animal. Let's see. Go ahead and mess around with some of the head types. I think we want him to have hair. We don't want him to have a helmet. But I'll go ahead and show off the helmets for the hell of it. Or, well, some of them. Just some of the different options. I'll go through them real quick. Let's see. Half helmets. Actually, we can make this guy a Spartan, now that I think about it. A really big Spartan. A really, really large Spartan. If I wanted to. There's some more helmets. There's the Spartan helmet right there. I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that last if I actually decide to do that. There's a ridiculous amount of hats. Just, you know, baseball caps and do-rags and knit caps and top hats and everything you can think of. Fedoras, pirate hats, you know, soldier, samurai, cowboy, berets, the army hats. What are those called? I can't remember right now. Construction hats, samurai, or not samurai, what is it, the Japanese rice farmers or whatever, they wear a hat like this. Comrade type Russian hat, jester, bunch of military hats, crowns, all kinds of stuff. This is just the hats. This is just one section, and the customization is ludicrous. Let's see, go to another section. Full mask, it gives you a full mask that attaches to your suit. If you want that, and you can put stuff over it too, like whatever the hell that is, and Caesar crown thing, and cat ears. Why not? This is kind of a what do you call it? Shuffle that around. There we go. Kind of a headset or whatever. Heads and hair. This allows you to do that same stuff you just saw a minute ago with the full mask, except you can actually change your face and your hair and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't want the headset, though. Go away. Hairstyles. Oh my god, there's a ludicrous amount of hairstyles. I'm just going to go through them real quickly. Cornrows, dreadlocks, balding, mohawks, afros. All kinds of emo haircuts and punk haircuts and long haircuts and beast haircuts and crazy haircuts and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, we're not gonna have hair. I'm just showing it off. To go with the helmet, you can also do mouth, top, and side accessories. Some of them actually match the helmets. Some of them don't. This is just facial hair right here. But when you get down here, you get other stuff. Like, see, these are masks, samurai masks, and robot masks and all kinds of crazy stuff. Ninja masks. Top accessory, most of these are either horns or they're meant to attach to helmets. Excuse me. Helmets. There's antennas, there's fish people stuff. That goes with the Spartan helmets. Lightning bolts and all kinds of deer antlers and headdresses and halos and all kinds of stuff. Side accessories, these are go on the side of your head. Most of these also are meant to attach to helmets. They don't look right on their own for the most part. Bunch of earrings and other weird stuff. These are like robot mech type suit things. Bunch of horns and some bat ears. Those actually look kind of cool right there. But anyways, you can change your eyebrows to whatever you want. Spiky and really weird looking and beastie types and stuff. Rock, why not? We're gonna do that one right there. Aggressive. Eye accessories, these are glasses. Stuff like that. Masks. Blindfolds. Robot masks. Eye patches, monocles. Bird masks, goggles. Angler fish things. Whatever the hell those are called. What the heck is that? Interesting. That's actually kind of cool looking. I like that. Huh. Anyways, we're going to do a helmet. I think it was under half helmets. No, not that. Headwear. Yeah, Spartan helmet. There we go. Yeah, okay. And that was all the head parts. Pretty much. I think I showed pretty much everything. We're going to go to the body. And for the body, you can use different tights and skin is what it calls it. You can have, you know, no shirt, just skin, or you can have these tights, which are superhero tights. You can change them into different patterns and colors and stuff. There's about 1 million different patterns that you can use for each of these slots. As you can see, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. And you can do that for your chest, your arms, your legs, all that, if you want to do that. Or you can have armor, which is what I'm going to do. There's a couple of different sets of armor. These are shirts, if you want to be more modern looking. Stuff like that. Chest layer. These are all different kinds of armor and stuff that you can wear over the shirt if you want to. Spikes, chains, bullets, knives, stuff like that. Jackets are just like they sound, jackets. Let's see, chest, arms. I think it's in our chest layer. There we go. Suits, tuxedos, trench coats, stuff like that. Winter jackets, team jackets, that kind of stuff. Integrated shoulders, it's this kind of weird mishmash of stuff. Basically, it's chest pieces that have the shoulders attached. They're not a separate thing. Most of them look really weird. That's kind of like the generic ninja outfit right there. And then that one right there it's the same outfit. It's just got different colors and Chinese stars attached to it. Egyptian, some other stuff, dragon armor. Let's see, these give you robotic arms, if you want them. One of my characters, my power armor guy, he has one robotic arm and one robotic leg. Let's see, I think that's pretty much it for the different types. I'm going to be doing chest wear, and I'm going to go through the different types of armor. Here we go, which there's a lot. This is all modern type armor, like flak jackets and stuff like that. And he gets into this weird kind of tribal armor, and then guns and bullets and western, and I guess that's a yeah, it's a jersey, why not. More western stuff, ninja, oriental type stuff. That's just cloth. It's kind of hard to see right now because I've got it linked to my colors, and my colors are all dark, so I'm going to turn it to white. There we go. There we go, you can see a lot better now. Those are weird kind of technology, cable type things. This is futuristic armor. There's a lot of futuristic armor. Whole bunch of it. And then this is more medieval type stuff. This is night plate. That's night plate, but it's got this really evil look to it. Samurai armor. That's the Spartan armor. That's what I'm going to be wearing. A bunch of weird, what are those called? Suspenders and stuff. A girdle. Why not? This stuff right here is meant for the beast type characters. It adds fur to your neck. You can do it for your hands and your legs and stuff like that. Vines, more spikes, chains, a bunch of other stuff. We're going to be doing, wherever the hell it went, Spartan armor right there. And we're going to link it back up. There we go. Good, good. And we're going to change this to skin. And change this to bear skin. There we go. Now we have nothing under the Spartan armor, just our skin. You can change the color of your skin if you want. You can change the shape of the tights that you wear under your armor if you want. Stuff like that. For the neck, I don't think we're going to have anything on the neck. But I'll go ahead and show it off. Bandanas, collars. It's kind of hard to see because of my helmet, but there's necklaces. all kinds of stuff. We're not going to have anything for there, though. Emblem, I don't think we're going to have an emblem either, honestly. But here they are, just to show them off. Bracers, we want... I don't think there are Spartan bracers. But we want bracers. So we'll find... Oh, they are. Okay, my bad. There we go. Alright, cool. I'll go ahead and show off the rest. Bunch of different types of bracers, claws, and winged things, and shackles, and arcane stuff, and armor, and mech stuff. Ninja outfit type stuff. Fur. Weird rings and vines, and pretty much everything you can think of. I guess these are wings attached to your arms. I don't know. Whatever. We're going to do Spartan, wherever the hell it went. He was up here somewhere. There we go, Spartan Bracer. Shoulder pads. There's a lot of them, pretty much like everything else in this game. For every slot, there's about a billion different things. A bunch of different types of armor, and the ones at the start were like rock and alien type stuff, and that's actually really cool. I like those shoulders, and those. Wow, that one's freakish looking. That's samurai armor? What? Okay, that looks like samurai armor right there. That does not look like samurai armor. I don't know what that looks like. That looks crazy. There's some more fur and spikes and horns and stuff like that. Let's see if there's a Spartan one. I don't know if there is or not. There probably isn't, because I don't think Spartans had shoulder pads. Yeah, I don't think they had any, if I remember right. It's not like I have a picture of a Spartan in front of me, but yeah, I don't think they do, so we're not gonna have any. Arm accessories. It's for your upper arm up here. A bunch of random crap. Again, I don't think there's anything here for Spartans. Honestly. Because again, I don't think they wore anything there. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't know. I don't think so. So, yeah, we're not going to do anything. For the belt, we need a different belt because that does not look Spartan at all. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Got kind of a star shape and some bullets and a skull. And a spiky skull. Very cool. Some more modern stuff. A bunch of skulls and some bags and stuff. That's for ninjas right there, I'm guessing. Or martial artists or something like that. Ah, rope belt. Okay. I think we'll use that for a Spartan. And here's the rest of them. Bunch of spikes and other goofy stuff. We're going to do the rope tie. And we're going to change the color, because ropes aren't blue. We'll change it to kind of grayish. There we go. And for our back, I know exactly what I'm going to use. They have a Spartan cape, see right here, that fits the theme. But I don't think I want to use that. I think I want to use... Where'd he go? That one, right there. Because that one just looks cool as hell. It's got like this fur attached to it on the top. It won't be this color. I mean, I'll change it, the color, but it looks really cool. Anyways, I'll go through all the different capes. These right here look especially cool because they stick out of the back. See, they're not attached. But anyways, bunch of capes. A bunch of weapons, if you want a weapon on your back. Guitars, backpacks, jetpacks. What else? Wings, other random stuff. Claws, fishman things, shark stuff, wings, bug wings, bird wings, dragon wings, more bug wings, mechanical wings, really goofy looking wings. But yeah, there's a ludicrous amount of stuff you can pick from. I think I'm going to do that one cape though, because I like it quite a bit. That one right there. We'll change the colors real quick. Actually, we'll change the colors of everything. Once I get done, we'll change the base colors. Everything that's linked will be changed to the base colors. I don't know if we want a design on it or not. I don't want to change any of this, because all that looks stupid. But as far as the pattern, I don't know if we want one or not. There's a ridiculous amount of patterns. I don't know if any of them really fit the theme of a Spartan, though. I don't know, that kind of does, although that's... Yeah, that's Celtic. That's not Spartan. I don't know. flames. Gotta have flames. That one's Greek. Okay, cool. Yeah, that fits. I'll go and go through them, but I'll go back to that when I'm done. But yeah, there's a lot of these. A whole bunch of different patterns. Stars and skulls and tribal and check marks and weird other designs and panthers and stuff like that. Where did the Greek one go? Greek base, Greek trim. I like that one right there, actually. Like I said, the color is going to get changed. I'm just picking the layout at the moment. Wow, this is a big Spartan. He is really, really big. He is one strong, muscular bastard. Let's see. Hands. I don't think we want anything for the hands, because a Spartan wouldn't have anything on his hands, honestly. If you want to change your hands into like mutant hands, or zombie hands, or clawed hands, or robot hands, all that stuff's here, if you want to do that. Skeletons. Weird tentacle monsters. Pretty much anything you can think of. We're just going to stick with regular 5 fingers. Because we're a Spartan, we're not a monster. You can change the pattern on them and all that stuff if you want to. I'm not going to mess with any of that because we're human. We have human hands. Let's see. For the legs, there's a bunch of different options. You can use these bottom robes, which don't really match anything on the top, which kind of sucks. It's a real pain to make robes in this game. But I've already gone into that, so I'm not going to go into it again. Let's see, medium skirt. I think the skirt is what we want because the Spartans wear skirts, I believe. Let's see. These are all waist accessories like gun holsters and swords and stuff like that. Maybe this isn't the right thing. Hold up. Oh, here we go. Spartan skirt. There it is. So that's what we want right there. And my cape just got stuck in my leg. It does that sometimes. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I think I'm going to go ahead and show off the rest first, though. We'll come back to this. If you just want generic tights to match the top, if you just use tights, you can change the patterns and all that, like I showed earlier. There's different types of pants, like long pants and ripped pants and baggy pants and all that kind of stuff. Ninja pants. You can change the leg accessories. These attach to the side of your legs. Some of them are armor, some of them are weapons, all kinds of stuff. You can change the hip layer, which I think that covers up the belt if you don't have a belt. It takes the place of it. You can change your boots with your feet. Tails and rear accessories are just like it says. They're tails and various other stuff. Foxtail, rat tail, devil tail, wolf tail, snake tail, dragon tail, all kinds of stuff. Baggy pants is just more pants. Hips wear and gear is it's this really weird mishmash of just all kinds of stuff. But basically, you can this one category lets you combine pretty much everything from all the other categories, however you want. Medium skirts and shorts. I think ours is this one right here. This gives you beast legs. As you can see, they bend the wrong way. They're like horses or whatever. And I don't know, dogs, stuff like that. You can have robotic legs if you want. Like I said, my power armor guy has one robotic leg. But anyways, I'm pretty sure we want, is it this one? Hip layer. There we go, Spartan skirt. It does not look very flattering. But oh well. Let's see, legs. Yeah, skin. Our legs aren't made of cloth, but whatever. That'll work. You can change the texture of stuff, like if you want this to look more like leather or metal, you can change it. Speaking of which, it should start out as metal, I think. No, it did not. Okay, let's change it to leather. There we go. And I don't think we have... Oh yeah, the bracers. There we go, they're cloth too. We'll change those to leather. Very good. Go back to the legs. Leg accessories. I don't know if we'll have a leg accessory, honestly. It won't fit very well with the skirt. Yeah, we're not going to have one. Feet. We want armored type boot things. Let's see if they have just shoes dedicated to Spartans. There's a lot of different tennis shoes and clown shoes and flippers and everything you could think of. Right now I'm just looking for the Spartan one if there is one. I don't honestly know if there is or not. Cowboy boots. Those wooden clogs that the Japanese use. Sandals. Gladiator, huh? That looks pretty cool. Jet boots. Knight armor type stuff. That might... well, no, not really. We need something that's kind of like sandals, because that's what Spartans wear. They wear sandals. Peg legs and alien feet and elephant feet and tentacles and all kinds of crazy stuff. We need sandals of some kind is what I need. Let's see, zoom out a bit more so I can actually see. Just gonna, I didn't see anything named Spartan, so I'm just gonna look for something that looks like sandals. And the first thing that looks half decent, I'll just go with it. That looks pretty cool, but that's more of like a barbarian type outfit. There's Batman right there. I don't know if I've said this already, but you can pretty well... that'll work right there. Yeah, that fits pretty good. I'm gonna have skin underneath. But yeah, that'll work. But yeah, you can recreate real superheroes. There's enough components to recreate like Batman or Superman or Flash or the Hulk or any of that stuff if you want to. I'd rather make my own, but you know, that's just me. Let's see, unlink. We gotta make this skin colored. So something like that right there, that's good enough. And why is it so long? Did I make his feet that big? Okay, that's more like it. Jesus, his feet were huge. Okay, so let's see, legs, is that everything? Leg accessory, feet, hips layer. I don't know if I can do anything with the hips layer. It should be leather, not cloth. Tails, nothing. So this is our Spartan. We finally finished going through the customization. Now we're going to change his colors. If you have it set as linked, right here, you can unlink and link. That means that anything you set over here in the base colors will change your entire outfit. For instance, if I change this one right here, you'll see everything change. See? Everything matches. Unless it's not linked. Looks like the feet aren't linked for some reason. Yeah, they're not. Oh, because I changed that right there. That's why. I'll change that last. Afterwards. Let's see. Base color. Oops. So, yeah. What is a Spartan color? I don't know. I have no idea. Isn't their armor white or white-ish or something like that? Or maybe it's brown. I don't know. That looks pretty good right there. Whatever that is. Kind of, I don't know, dark gray. It's actually a little bit too dark though. We'll do something like that right there. And then his secondary color we want to be... his helmet isn't linked for some reason. I don't know why. Why is your helmet not linked? Headwear, link, there we go. And we want this color to be... this is our trim color, so we're going to make it white. And I have no idea what the hell this is. Okay, so this is more trim. We're going to make this darker. There we go. That looks pretty good, actually. I like that. And then, I have no idea what the hell this is. Oh, these are the studs. We'll go and make them black, too. Alright, cool. And, I don't know if I like this color right here. Should probably be just a little bit darker. There we go. Alright, so here's our Spartan type guy, person. Pretty cool looking. I mean, this isn't anywhere near as much customization as I'd usually put in. It's just for the video, just to show off what you can do. But, yeah, this should be good enough. What is his name? His name is... I could do something cheesy like Achilles or something, but whatever. We'll do... let's be really bland. The Spartan. Why not? I'm done. So yeah, now we're going to pop into the training area zone place, whatever the hell it's called.
All frequencies override.
I'm going to skip this stupid intro. because it's kind of boring. But anyways, here's our Spartan in game. We don't have any travel powers yet, and all we have is... Why do we have lightning? What the hell? We're supposed to have dual swords. I don't know why we have lightning. I have no idea. But anyways, there's gladiuses that you can pick from as swords. So basically, I'm gonna level this guy through the training area real quick, and I'll get him dual swords and the travel power, and I'll be back after that. Alright, so we're back with our gladiator. I'm out of the tutorial, and I've got a couple of abilities to play with. I went ahead and decided to try out some new things. I haven't used this passive before. It's supposed to give dodge chance and avoidance. Avoidance is how much damage, affects how much damage you take when you dodge. In this game, when you dodge, you don't take 0 damage like you do in most games. You would have to have 100% avoidance to take 0 damage when you dodge. So far, it seems okay. It doesn't give a lot of dodge and a lot of avoidance. It does mitigate a little bit of damage. And I also got super speed because I just don't have a character with super speed at the moment. So I figured I'd go and get one. But yes, he has melee attacks. He has a sword, a gladius. That's what Spartans use. And this is his area attack right here. Kind of does this little spin attack. Pretty cool. That's him taunting. I see here, yes. Anyways, let's go ahead and do... I don't even know. We'll try a normal team size 1 and see how bad it is. Because I honestly have no idea how strong this guy is. Let's see, do some area damage. Oh, this isn't too bad. There we go, okay, our area attack wiped them out completely. There's the gladius right there. I wanted to give him a shield, but the shields in this game just didn't fit for a Spartan. They're more like superhero looking. So, yeah. Could not make it work the way I wanted it to. Oh wow, this guy's a lot harder. Come on. Oh crap, block. Whatever he's doing, I don't want any part of it. I am gonna die horribly. Yeah, I'm screwed. Not gonna get this second guy, but anyways, you get the idea. This is a level 6 character. He only has 3 abilities. He has his generic energy builder. He has this little mini area attack slash thing, which has a chance to bleed, to put a bleed on them. And he has lightning reflexes, which is fairly underwhelming, as you just saw. It really doesn't help much. I figured I'd try it out just because I hadn't tried it, but yeah, it's not that great. But anyways, I showed off pretty much the entire customization from everything you can put on your character, all the costume elements, to most of the skill trees, and then I went ahead and created a character so you could see that process. I skipped the tutorial because it's really boring, and it's just a lot of hand-holding. If you want to play the game, you can play the tutorial, you'll see it. I don't know, it's not really that fun. Once you get through it, you get to the Millennium City, and you get to do the gangs. There's a lot of different gangs. They're more like supervillain type gangs. They're not gangs like in real life. They all have their own little thing. Like some of them wear really funny hats, and some of them are ex-cons and stuff like that. You go fight the gangs in different areas and try to, you know, break them up, that kind of thing. Whenever you get to Millennium City, whenever you get out of the tutorial, is what I'm trying to say is it gets more fun. Don't judge the game by the tutorial. The tutorial is really boring. It's really bland. Get out of the tutorial, get into Millennium City, play the game a bit in there, and then see if you like it. But anyways, hopefully this helps someone somewhere decide if they want to play Champions Online. I'll see you guys next time. Alright, hello people, I'm the dude, and this is Champions Online, another MMO. I've been messing around with it a bit. I've been playing it for about, I want to say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. And I've made quite a few characters, and I figured I'd just show off the game a little bit, in case anyone was interested. So yeah, here's the first character I'm going to show off. His design is basically that of, in the game, he's a mix of power armor and force, which basically means he's like a Iron Man type guy mixed with someone who uses force fields if that makes sense. I'll go ahead and show off his abilities on these mannequins over here, and then I'll fight some units. This guy right here is one of my strongest. He's very powerful. He kills things really easily. But anyways, this is Orbital Cannon, which is just amazing. I figured I'd start with it because it's my favorite ability in the entire game. Boom. Does a whole lot of damage, and if the enemy moves around, there's a big giant laser beam from the sky follows them around and keeps doing damage. Very cool. This right here is my laser sword. It's my close ranged attack that I chose. In this particular game, you can put any ability on any character you want. There's a lot of different sets of abilities. Guess I can go ahead and show that real quick. Powers, get out of the way. All powers. Okay, so each one of these is a set of abilities. This is electricity, force, ice, fire, wind. They all have different abilities. There's not many games where you can just grab a little bit of whatever you want and put it on your character. It's the same way for the outfits. I'm not going to go into it, but there's about a billion different components. It's ridiculous. Any game you've ever played never comes close, even slightly close to the amount of components in this game. I mean, the number of shoulder pads and helmets and armbands and capes and, you know, everything you can think of this game has, literally, as far as customization. Really cool. This guy right here is my robot. I'm a big fan of the grayscale, white, gray, black, stuff like that. And this guy's completely in gray and white right now. And he is a power armor, half robot, half human guy who... he kind of flies around like Iron Man, like this. And he has rockets and Gatling guns, all kinds of cool stuff. But anyways, back to what I was doing. This is a laser sword. I think I already showed that off. This is his shield right here. It's the force shield. His energy builder are these wrist launching things. In this game you have energy instead of mana. You use energy to use your abilities. Everyone has an energy building move, and mine is this one right here, the wrist bolter. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it builds up your energy so you can do other stuff, basically. Let's see. These are my Gatling guns. As you can see, it just pops out and shoots dudes. Pretty cool. Until I run out of energy. Go ahead and get some more energy back. These are my micro rockets, I think is what they call. They shoot out of my suit and just blast the crap out of dudes. And it keeps going until I run out of energy or I turn it off. Orbital cannon I already showed. Field surge right here is it works in tandem with my passive, my slotted passive, which is force field. Scarab tunneling, you dig into the ground kind of like tunneling, but you're a bug when you do it, or something like that. Blazing speed, when you run really fast, you leave a trail of fire on the ground behind you. Really cool looking. I'm not sure what these two do, honestly, so I'm not going to comment on them. Snowball roll, you turn into a ball, you roll up into a ball, snow appears around you, and you roll along the ground. These distortion ones, I've never seen them before. I think they're new, but even if there aren't, I've never seen them. Retractable wings. Wings kind of pop out of your suit, and that's how you fly. Hyperball, it's a lot like Snowball, except you're not a snowball, you just roll on the ground. Electric flight, it's the same as flight, except you've got electricity zapping around you when you fly around. Mystic flight, same thing, except you have mystic symbols around you. Scarab tunneling, you turn into a bug and you tunnel into the ground. Scarab flight, you have scarabs floating around you when you fly. Bat flight, you turn into a swarm of bats, and that's what flies around. Very cool. These three right here, you turn into a puddle on the ground, and that's how you move around. You kind of ooze along the ground. Chain swing, vine swing, and energy swing, they're just different versions of swinging. Think Spider-Man, except this one is a chain, that one's a vine, and this one's kind of a particle effect. Storm Rider, I'm not sure how that's different from Electric Flight. As far as I know, they're the same thing. RAD Sphere, again, it's just the same as, where'd it go? Hyperball, you just roll along the ground, ball up into a ball and roll around. This is another type of flight. You have these weird symbols that follow you around when you fly. It's hard to describe, but there's a ton of different travel powers, and there's a ton of different abilities that you can use in the game to buff people and heal people and nuke people and do close range damage and long range damage and passive abilities and all kinds of stuff. But the cool part is you can mix and match this stuff however you want. That's what makes the game so fun, basically. limit you that way, which is really cool. There's also a ton of travel powers. This is how you get around the maps in the game. Flight lets you fly just like you'd think it would. Super jump, you bound through the air. You jump extremely high into the air and then fall down and then jump again, kind of like the Hulk, the way he moves around. Acrobatics is in between speed and jumping. Super speed is like Flash, you run really fast. Teleport, you disappear from view and then reappear somewhere else. Ice slide, you have this ice board thing, kind of like a mix between Iceman and Silver Surfer, and you fly around on it. Tunneling, you dig through the ground, and that's how you move around. Swinging is like Spider-Man. Jet boots is just another type of flying. You have rockets in your boots, and that's what allows you to fly. Rocket jumps just like super jump, except again you have rockets in your boot, and that's how you super jump. Hover disc, it works a lot like ice slide. It's just this kind of weird disc technological thing that you fly around on. Earth flight's the same thing. It's just a rock instead of a ice slide or a disc. Fire flight is the same as flight, except you have fire around your character while you're flying. Basically, it's just this animation. Jetpack, you have a jetpack on your back. That's how you fly. Lightspeed is really cool. If you've ever seen Tron, you know the light cycles have this kind of clear wall behind them when they drive around. Basically, when you run around, you get that same wall behind you when you have Lightspeed. Rainbow flight, you have a rainbow behind you. Phoenix wings, you have giant fiery bird wings. Rainbow flight cloud, it's like ice sliding except you're riding a cloud. Tornado flight, you have this really cool tornado covering the bottom half of your body, and that's how you fly. Magic carpet's a magic carpet, you fly around on it. Power flight, it has a different graphic when you're flying. Heroic flight, as far as I can tell, that one just changes your pose. You look like Superman, you stick your arm out, it looks ridiculous, but whatever. For them, like this one has all wind abilities, this one has all fire abilities. They all act and do damage and do status effects and stuff like that in slightly different ways. This is archery, this is guns, this is power armor, gadgeteering, two-handed sword, one-handed sword. It doesn't have to be a sword, it can be an axe or a mace or all kinds of stuff, laser weapons. Here's claws, martial arts, which is actually pretty cool. I don't really like the ego trees much. They're just strange and they don't really look that good. This is two-handed weapons. This is earth is you use the earth. You like break up the earth under your enemies and throw rocks at them and stuff like that. Might is just hitting really hard and kicking really hard and stuff like that. Kind of like the Hulk, I guess. This one right here is a lot of a big mix of stuff in this particular section. Darkness is, I guess, evil type powers. It's one of my favorites. It's very cool. These four right here are all sorcery. Sorry, not that one. That one right there. They're all sorcery. They work off the same base powers, but they add in a lot of other stuff. Kind of hard to explain, but they kind of work together. Celestial is a support type. You can heal with your abilities, or you can do damage. You can choose, depending on who you target. And then there's these primal bestial abilities. They're basically based around poison and stuff like that. There's another one over here. These two. But yeah, there's a lot of different trees, and with any character that you make, you can grab abilities from any of these trees. You're not limited at all. If I want to make a two-handed user who uses darkness abilities and, I don't know, some fire nukes and, you know, whatever I want. If I want him to shoot missiles, I mean, I can put it all on one character however I feel like. This game does not limit